Welcome to part 6 of Colonial Society. Now we're going to talk about Johnathan Edwards. Johnathan Edwards is a good source to go to if you really want to get a feel of what was in these sermons themselves. I mean, these sermons were designed to do specific things, right? These sermons were designed to appeal to the emotions of the listener, those hearing the sermons. And it was also designed to bring them to a point of almost hysterical despair. And then finally convert them by literally scaring the crap out of them, right? You absolutely terrify them into converting into evangelicalism, right? And nobody did it better than Johnathan Edwards. Now, Johnathan Edwards was born in 1703 and by 1729 had become a pastor in Northampton in Massachusetts colony, right? And so he's part of that Puritan society, but he ran afoul of them because he didn't agree with that dogma of everything being centered inside the church. Matter of fact, he said that basically every man's home is a church. He said every Christian family ought to be as if it were a little church, consecrated to Christ and wholly influenced and governed by his rules. And family education and order are some of the chief means of grace. So when he's saying all your home, everybody's home is a church in and of itself, of course, the church, the Puritan church, says, no, that's not what we're teaching, right? So he is going to join the evangelical movement. And he is going to craft sermons that absolutely are designed around that emotional fervor that the evangelical movement is going to be able to generate. And the most profound of these is one called Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God, which was given on July 8th, 1741. Again, listen to this sermon and you can just see how it creates this sense of hysteria, okay? I'll begin. All of you have never passed under the great change of heart by the mighty power of the Spirit of God upon your souls. All of you that were never born again are in the hands of an angry God, right? That's the very start. Now think about this. You're a common guy just, working on a farm. And up to this point, the first thing somebody comes to you and says, hey, you're going to go see that Minister Edwards give that sermon here next week? It's like, well, what's it about? It says, well, it's called Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God. And you're going, whoa, wow, I didn't know God was mad. Yeah, I guess I better go. And then that's the first lines you hear. All of you who've never passed under the great change of heart and the mighty power of the Spirit of God are in the hands of an angry God. And already you're going, uh-oh. Well, he's just getting warmed up. Now it's about to get worse. He continues, O sinner, consider the fearful danger you're in. It's a great furnace of wrath, a wide and bottomless pit full of fire and of wrath that you are held over in the hands of that God, whose wrath is provoked and incensed as much against you as many of the damned in hell. And now you're going, whoa, hold up. Not only is he mad, he's mad at me, right? Now I'm getting really nervous, right? We go on. You hang by the slender thread with the flames of divine wrath flashing about it and ready every moment to singe it and burn it asunder, and you have nothing to lay hold to save yourself, nothing to keep off the flames of wrath, nothing of your own, nothing that you have ever done, nothing that you can do to induce God to spare you one moment. And now you're going, whoa! Oh, I'm screwed! Unless you're born again, unless you convert. See? And that's the power of that, right? You get that conversion experience. You're literally just terrified. If I don't do this, I am certainly damned. So there you have it, the conversion experience, right? And the Great Awakening is this religious revival that stressed that emotional experience of conversion, right? And like I said, it is going to affect the colonists of all congregations throughout all the colonies. Everybody is going to experience this. And so you're going to have those who are following the evangelical faith in every single one of the colonies as we move forward here. And like I said, that's going to be a point of commonality that'll be important later on. And the reason why is that it's going to have some lasting consequences. I mean, along with providing that shared experience among the English colonies, it also made religion more accessible, especially to those that seemed like to them that the church had ignored. Maybe you're in a Puritan society and you were deemed as one of the damned, right? You're not even allowed to go inside the church. Now all of a sudden church is accessible to you. Maybe you're a slave, right? But now you got to experience evangelicalism because the slave master brought you to see this sermon. You are going to start seeing religion begin to permeate slave society to a greater extent than it had before, right? And it also added to the developing ideas of democracy. If you were sitting there before going, well, I'm kind of considered one of the damned, and so I can't be involved in governance, right? I'm not allowed to own property or whatever it may be. And now all of a sudden you're being told, no, you can be saved. Well, if you're sitting there, you're going, well, wait a minute. If I have a chance to save myself in the afterlife, can't I be more involved in what's happening to me here and now, right? And so you have a more of a democratic spirit that's generated by this broadening of access to religion.